When public outrage becomes a political earthquake, entire governments can crumble in a matter of days. Take Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, three nations where simmering frustrations exploded into mass uprisings, toppling leaders and leaving behind a trail of uncertainty. But here's where it gets controversial. Will these dramatic shifts lead to genuine change, or just a reshuffling of the same corrupt power structures? Let's unpack the storm that's shaken South Asia and ask, can angry crowds truly fix broken systems, or are we witnessing the birth of new chaos? In 2022, a surge of public fury first engulfed Sri Lanka, an island nation grappling with economic collapse. 2 years later, the fire spread to Bangladesh, where protests forced the resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Now, Nepal has joined the list, its prime minister stepping down after violent clashes erupted over a sudden ban on social media.
Each movement began with a specific grievance, be it crippling fuel prices in Sri Lanka or civil service quotas in Bangladesh,
but all converged on a common target: a political elite seen as corrupt, out of touch, and indifferent to the struggles of ordinary citizens. What makes these protests so potent? A sense of betrayal. Young people in particular are leading the charge, fueled by the stark contrast between their hardships and the opulent lifestyles of politicians. Children, as Paul Staniland, a University of Chicago expert on South Asian politics, explains, when elites are perceived as both corrupt and incapable of solving crises, it creates a powder keg. The result? Violent clashes, burned government buildings, and a political vacuum that unelected leaders now try to fill. A situation many fear will only deepen instability. Take Nepal's recent turmoil. The ban on social media platforms, announced without warning, became the match that lit years of simmering anger. Protesters accused leaders of living lavishly, while the majority faced unemployment and crumbling infrastructure. The violence left 19 dead and reduced iconic government buildings to ashes. Prime Minister Khadga Prasad Oli eventually reversed the ban and resigned, but not before revealing the fragility of Nepal's democracy. Now, the question lingers. Will the new caretaker government bring reform, or is this just a temporary reprieve before the same political class returns to power? Many Nepalis dread the latter, fearing a cycle of broken promises and empty rhetoric. This pattern repeats across the region. In Bangladesh, student-led protests against unfair civil service policies morphed into a nationwide revolt. Despite the installation of an interim administration led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, the country remains mired in chaos. Election dates are disputed, minority groups face rising threats, and political violence shows no signs of abating.
Similarly, Sri Lanka's transition from the Rajapaksa dynasty to Marxist President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka has done little to resolve economic crises or human rights issues. A Colombo-based analyst bluntly admits there's no evidence the protesters' ideals are taking root. But what about the bigger picture? Staniland warns that these upheavals aren't isolated incidents. South Asia is now a hotspot for political instability, he says, pointing to Indonesia's recent protests over soaring living costs and Myanmar's descent into civil war. The region's governments, he argues, are caught in a dangerous loop. Protests force leaders out, but without clear plans for reform, the chaos just resets. And the stakes are high. As Nepal's caretaker government takes shape, the world watches to see if order can be restored, or if this is just the beginning of a new era of unpredictability. So what's next?
Will the people of Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka find lasting solutions, or are they trapped in a cycle of fleeting hope and disillusionment? Staniland's words echo a sobering truth. The kindling for chaos is everywhere. It just takes one spark to reignite the fire. What do you think? Can grassroots anger truly transform politics, or is it destined to become another chapter in the region's turbulent history? Share your thoughts in the comments below.